Welcome back. We are just days away from UFC 315. Belal Muhammed versus Della Maddalena in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Which means it's time for me to break down every single fight on this card, starting with the first fight going all the way up to the main event. This is a event that I will actually be in attendance for, so I cannot wait to give you my picks and breakdown for this card. So let me just dive right into it. It's not every day that I go to a UFC event. The last one I went to was 297 in Toronto, Strickland versus DDP. And it turned out to be not, it was a fun time, but overall the event, fight wise, probably a C grade. Probably a C grade I'd give it. The fights weren't incredible. We had names like Malcolm Gordon and shit like that on the card. Kind of iffy. And it's a little bit of the same thing on this card. They're feeding us shit and we have to just eat it with a smile. But I love UFC. I love breaking down these fights. I cannot wait to give you my picks for this one, regardless of if they're good fights or not. There are some sleepers on here, but I feel like they are kind of feeding us shit. We were supposed to get Gilbert Burns versus Morales on this card. We were supposed to get Benoit Saint-Denis versus Joel Alvarez. Got pulled off of this card yesterday. I was so excited for this card, and now I'm running out of hype. I'm really excited to be in attendance for this card, but man, Joel Alvarez isn't even on this card anymore. I don't get to see him whoop BSD. I will do something else for that fight in case it gets done during the week. I will end up doing a Mauricio Ruffy versus Benoit Saint-Denis official breakdown as well, but we'll see if that even materializes. That's just in case. Anyways, let me jump right into the first fight of the night. Daniel Santos versus Jeong Lee. So, Daniel Santos has looked pretty good. 11-2. He's coming off of a win over Johnny Munoz Jr. And he beat John Castaneda before that. 2-1 in the UFC. Pretty good. Jeong Lee, he beat a couple of these road to UFC guys. Yiza, I don't rate at all. Blake Builder, I don't think he's incredible. But he did get a win over him. And then he just got fucking starched in 30 seconds by Hyder Emil, who landed a 50-punch combo, I don't lie, on Jeong Lee and got him out of there real fast. Daniel Santos, I don't see him getting just outpointed and kickboxed at range or whatever Jeong Lee does for 3 rounds. I don't see it happening. I think Daniel Santos is a little too polished for a Jeong Lee. But Jeong Lee does have a little bit of sting behind his hands. But can he take it? I don't know. I'm not going to trust him. I can't trust these Asian prospects anymore. I just can't. I think Daniel Santos has more upside to him. He's from Shootbox. That's a good gym. Even with the reach discrepancy, I'm going to take him to take home a decision victory over Jeong Lee. And we're moving on to the next fight. Modestas Bekzat versus Yeong Cutelaba. Oh, this is a fun fight. This is actually a really fun fight. Modestas Bekzat, killer be killed type of dude, 17-6. He's been putting together a 2-fight win streak. Marcin Prachnio and Rafael Sarkua. Rafael Sarkua isn't UFC level. Marcin Prachnio is pretty good. Vitor Petrino, he got knocked out by, but that's not a great loss, to be honest. But Petrino was on a run. He was on a run, and him beating Bekzat was kind of what gave me a lot of stock. Gave Petrino a lot of stock for me, but it ended up coming back to bite me, But Petrino turned out to be pretty bad in hindsight. But Bekzat, 2-fight win streak, man. Yeong Cutelaba was on the verge of getting cut after he lost to Felipe Lins. And then he beat Ivan Erslan, short notice fight, split decision. And then he beat Ibo Aslan, underdog win in the first round. That was actually unexpected. A lot of people thought Ibo Aslan was going to beat Yeong Cutelaba. It didn't happen. This is where it ends for Yeong Cutelaba. I don't see him winning 3 fights in a row in 2025, man. I don't see it happening. Modestas is too... He's an underdog here, apparently. Fuck. Cutelaba could knock out Bulaukaus, I will say. He could knock out Bulaukaus. It is a possibility. But I think Bulaukaus is too polished. He's been really good recently. And he's got a slight reach advantage. I'll take Bulaukaus over Yeong Cutelaba. It's scary. If Yeong wins, it's going to be a round 1 KO in brutal fashion. And I'm going to look like a dumbass. But I think Bulaukaus will get it done in the 2nd or 3rd round by KO or submission. This is not going to a decision, but Bulaukaus is going to take a little bit more time to get this win, and he's going to beat Yeong Cutelaba inside the distance in the 2nd round. I'll say submission will be the official pick. Moving on, speaking of Ivan Erslan, he's fighting Navajo Sterling. So this is a kind of a fun fight. You know, Navajo Sterling, we don't know his ceiling yet. He's looked, I mean, in his one fight in the UFC, he beat Tuco Tokos by decision. He couldn't finish Tuco. Maybe that'll end up being like, oh, he couldn't even finish. I'm not going to talk too much shit here, but maybe that'll end up being a bad thing on his resume that he couldn't beat he couldn't finish a Tuco. But I mean, it was a pretty close fight. He kind of gassed out a bit in the end, but he ended up he just gave a bit more than Tuco in every single round. Ivan Erslan, I mean, this dude's 50-50 in his last 5 fights. So maybe that's a reason to pick him here, but no, that's not a reason. 7-inch reach advantage for Navajo Sterling, all the momentum, all the potential in the world. And Ivan Erslan, I mean, he wasn't even in the UFC. I don't know if this guy really belongs in the UFC. Over because of a split decision fight. A close fight against Yeong Cutelaba is his claim to fame in the UFC. I don't think that really cements your spot in the company. And yeah, I don't see him getting the upset win over Navajo Sterling. I don't see it happening. I will say Navajo Sterling. I mean, how many times has this dude been knocked out? This is a little bit of on the fly. Only one time ever. It was in 2023. Fuck it. Navajo didn't get his knockout in the last fight. He's got a 7-inch reach here. He's going to knock out Ivan Erslan in the 1st round. It's going to happen. I'm not going to deny it. It's going to happen. Let's see it happen, Navajo. Let's see a round 1 knockout over Ivan Erslan. Navajo Sterling round 1 knockout. Moving on. Jessica Andrade versus Jasmine Jasudavicius. Oh my. I can't wait to see Jasmine fight, man. She's really good. She was not on 297, I don't think. I know she was not. I don't even have to say I don't think. She was not on 297, so I cannot wait to see her fight in person. You know? This will be the first time I've seen Jasmine fight in person. And she's been on a run, 4-fight win streak, title talks, momentum, potential. And Jessica Andrade, the dark horse of the division, man. This lady, whenever you pick against her, she wins, and whenever you pick her to win, she loses. But I've been doing good recently picking her fights. You know, I picked Natalia Silva. Natalia Silva. I might have picked Marina Rodriguez, but she beat Marina Rodriguez. She just landed the power strikes compared to volume in that fight. But Natalia Silva was able to cardio kickbox her way around Jessica Andrade, really use footwork and movement to extinguish her game. And I think she showed off that a good game plan can actually get Jessica Andrade out of there and make her not that dangerous of an opponent. And I think Jasmine Jasudavicius is a dangerous opponent enough, and a smart enough opponent, should I say, that she'll be able to game plan a win over Jessica Andrade, who now is 26-13, which is a 66% win percentage, which is pretty bad. That's a pretty bad win percentage in MMA terms. Like, losing 33% of your fights, that's kind of crazy, I won't lie. In like the pro scheme, like she's a professional fighter losing 13 fights on her record. That's kind of crazy. But I won't talk too much shit in case it ends up biting me. But Jasmine Jasudavicius is going to beat Jessica Andrade. She's going to submit her. Jasmine's 36? What? I swear to God, Jasmine's older than... Okay, that's actually crazy to me. I just realized Jasmine's older than Jessica Andrade. That's insane to me. But Jasmine's going to win this one. She's 36 years old? That is insane. I thought she was like 31. Tops 31. But yeah, Jasmine Jasudavicius is going to submit Jessica Andrade in the second round. That's going to be the official pick. She's 36 years old. That is news to me, man. I did not know that. Moving on, we got Mike Malott versus Charles Ratdke. Say it again. Mike Malott, 11-2 versus Charles Ratdke, 10-4. Coming off of a win over Matthew Semmelsberger before a brutal KO loss to Carlos Prates. Mike Malott coming off a win over Trevin Giles, and he lost to Neil Magny in the third round by TKO before that. Mike's a minus 230. Mike's a minus 230 in this fight, man. Be Mike Mathetha, Blood Diamond, Gilbert Urbina. I mean, they're not good names. They're not good names. Mike Malott. Johan Laness? Mickey Gall? Trevin Giles. You know what? I will have to side with Mike Malott. I don't feel good about it, though. I could definitely see a Charles Ratdke upset here. But I don't really think Charles Ratdke is that good. That it's more to say Mike Malott's terrible. Like, how do you get finished by Neil Magny, man? I'm not going to gloss over it. I'm not going to pretend like it didn't happen. I watched that in person. I watched it with my own two eyes. Him fucking quit back against the fucking mat. He quit. He gave up with Neil Magny on top of him. He said, I don't want it anymore. That speaks volumes to him as a fighter. That speaks volumes, man. He has no grit. If this fight gets tough, he's going to do the Bo Nickel, man. And Charles Ratdke, this dude has a little bit of grit. But no. Ah! Fuck. I hate... Oh, my God. Yeah. I'll pick Mike Malott by decision. It's the safe pick. Charles Ratdke could knock out Mike Malott. It definitely could happen. It definitely could happen. I don't think Charles Ratdke really is that good. I'm not rating his wins over Blood Diamond and whoever else. I'm not rating them. Moving on to the featured prelim bout. Marc-Andre Barriault versus Bruno Silva. Truly blockbuster prelim bout here. It's not a bad fight. I mean, it's just like the circumstances of these opponents and like the losing streak. It's got to mean something. It's got to mean something. The best candidate... I can't even talk. The best Canada can get for a fucking prelim bout, the featured prelim bout of the card, is a guy that's on a 3-fight losing streak and a guy that's on a 4-fight losing streak. That's the best prelim bout we can get for this card. The best featured prelim bout. Both of these guys are on at least 3-fight losing streaks. And I'm supposed to get excited for this? I remember Dana White saying he was gonna pay us back over the shit card that he gave us the last time he was in Canada. I remember he said he was gonna give us a good one, man. I'm still waiting for one good fight. Still waiting, man. Anyways, Marc-Andre Barriault, Bruno Silva. Marc-Andre Barriault, as I said, 3-fight losing streak. He got knocked out by Dustin Stoltzfus in his last fight. Knocked out by Joe Pyfer in the fight before that. And he lost Chris Curtis in Canada. Split decision the fight before that. 297 that was. I saw that in person. I picked Chris Curtis, actually, guys. You can go back and check. People forget, man. I picked against Marc-Andre Barriault. I think. Please don't fact check me if I'm wrong. I might have picked Marc-Andre Barriault. I remember I did ride a lot of Canadians in that card. Pause. It's Chris Curtis. I might have picked Marc-Andre Barriault to beat Chris Curtis. I don't know. I don't know. Someone go back and check. I don't want to. Bruno Silva, though. 4-fight losing streak. Ismail Nardiev, he lost to in his last fight. Chris Weidman by decision. Looks pretty bad now that I think about it. Sharon Magomedov. Brendan Allen, submission. Oh, man. It's all clear to me. I understand it now. Marc-Andre Barriault is not getting a win in 2025 off a 2-fight knockout loss streak, man. Bruno Silva, how many of this guy's wins are by fucking knockout? 20 of them? Of his 23 wins, 20 are by knockout? He's knocking out Marc-Andre Barriault. What the fuck? 69% of people have Marc-Andre Barriault winning? He's washed. He's fucking washed. He's terrible. He got knocked out twice. He got knocked out by Dustin Stoltzfus. Bruno Silva's knocking this guy out. I hate to go against the Canadian. Oh, he's Canadian. I better pick him. I learned my lesson. Bruno Silva knocking out Marc-Andre Barriault in the first round. Think I forget? What the fuck are 70% of people thinking? This is going to be a mainly striking matchup. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. I think Bruno Silva's better on the feet than Marc-Andre Barriault. He's knocked out 20 of his fucking 23 wins. Oh my god, this is insane. That's actually insane. 70% of people have Marc-Andre Barriault winning. Bruno Silva's knocking him out. Moving on, first fight of the main card. Brad Katona versus Bekzat Almakhan. Very interesting. Brad Katona sucks. He's absolutely terrible. I never have given Brad Katona any credit. This dude doesn't even know soap exists. So I feel bad for Bekzat. Somehow he's not going to be the smelly one in the cage. It's going to be Brad Katona. Gene Matsumoto was his last loss, Brad Katona, and he beat Jesse Butler, a nobody. If you really think about, I mean, I say that about a lot of people. Jesse Butler he's not a bad. I mean, he's an unranked guy. You know, he lost to Garrett Armfield. I think that was in Canada. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was in Canada. Beat Cody Gibson. Bekzat looked really good in this Umar Nurmagomedov fight, guys. Like, he got an early knockdown. He made it really close and really tough for Umar Nurmagomedov. And I get it, you know. Oh, he's fighting on carpet. He's a world-class kickboxer, this guy, from Kazakhstan. And that fucking country, for any MMA fighter, that's a scary country of origin. And he's got a reach advantage here over Brad Katona. And what does Brad Katona do good? What does he do good? Really, like, he stalls the fight a bit. He grapples. When he's losing on the feet, he grabs a body lock and holds you against the fence. What does he do good? I don't know Brad Katona's game. And I've watched many of his fights. But Bekzat Almakhan, I can tell you he's a really good kickboxer that knocked down Umar Nurmagomedov, who took rounds off of Merab. And I get that's a stretch, that whole sentence that I just said, but Bekzat's winning this one. Is he going to finish Brad, who's never been finished before? I guess not. Bekzat will win a decision. Will be the official pick. Yeah, Bekzat Almakhan by decision. Moving on, Jose Aldo versus Aiemann Zahabi. Fun fight. Fun fight. A lot of people are giving this fight a lot of flack. You know, they think Aiemann Zahabi is just like a really boring fighter. I don't get it. Aiemann Zahabi's getting a lot of hate in this like matchup against Jose Aldo. It's not his fault Mario Batista made that fight against Jose Aldo a stinker, man. Aiemann Zahabi is usually a really fun fighter. I won't say really fun, but he's usually a fun fighter. It's not like he's stalling the fight against the fence like some of these guys. Mario Batista and Torres Finney. There's other people like he's fucking getting 110 significant strikes against Pedro Munoz, 75 against David Basharat. Round 1 knockout against Richie Lang. Like, am I missing something? He's not a boring fighter. People are acting like this guy's a Merab Dvalishvili. He's a pretty fun fighter usually. So I don't understand this hate. Will he resort to a body lock if he's losing a fight against Jose Aldo? Probably, potentially. Most people would do that to win a fight against Jose Aldo when they know that's Jose Aldo's weakness. But I think Aiemann Zahabi could end up... I won't say he's going to outstrike Jose Aldo on the feet, but people are acting like Aiemann Zahabi's just going to be fucking spamming takedowns. I don't see that happening, man. He's a pretty good striker. He's dynamic. He's known to game plan. People forget, man, this guy, his coach, his brother is a pretty good coach. I'm not going to pick Zahabi to beat Jose Aldo. Right? Fuck, man. I might. And I don't think I'm crazy for it. I mean, he lost to Vince Morales and Ricardo Ramos. These names that he beat aren't as good as Jose Aldo. I will say that. Pedro Munoz, not as good. Javid Basharat, not as good. We saw that. Oh, we saw that with Javid Basharat, how good he was. Ricky Tercios. These guys are not good names compared to Jose Aldo. In comparison to Jose Aldo, none of these names are that good. They don't jump off the page. At Jose Aldo, I mean, he's losing to Merab and Mario Batista, beat Jonathan Martinez, Rob Font, Pedro Munoz. These are like the same types of people that Aiemann Zahabi's beating. But Aiemann has a lower ceiling. And he lost to Vince Morales. I can't pick Aiemann Zahabi. I can't. I really would want, like, they're like close in age too. Yeah, Jose Aldo's going to win this fight by decision, I think. Possibly KO. I could see a KO when he got KO'd by Ricardo Ramos. I mean, who is he's a nifty striker, I guess, Ricardo Ramos. But Jose Aldo beat the fuck out of Jonathan Martinez. He had Mario Batista on death's door in that fight. Don't think I forgot about that. Jose Aldo still has it at 38 years old. He still has it, man. This will be a fun fight, though. I don't understand all the hate that it's getting. People are acting like Aiemann Zahabi is a boring fighter when he's usually in striking fests against these people. You know? He's not shooting takedowns. He doesn't. I just want to make a point of that. This will be a fun fight. People are acting like this will be a boring fight because it's Aiemann Zahabi when he's fucking throwing 100+ strikes in a match against Pedro Munoz. Like, he's a fun fight. And Jose Aldo will win by decision is the official pick. Moving on. Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva, cardio kickboxing queen. Oh my. This is a divisive one. Who to pick here? The minus 200 favorite of Natalia Silva or the underdog plus 170 former champion Alexa Grasso who beat Shevchenko? People forget, man. I know she looked pretty bad in those last two fights, but Shevchenko has a way of making female fighters look terrible. So that could be less of Alexa Grasso is terrible and more of Shevchenko is levels above some of these gals. Levels above. And yeah, Silva is good. Silva is good. But minus 200, man? I actually came into this thinking I was going to pick Natalia Silva. But Grasso plus 170 is tempting me. Guadalajara. She wins here. She gets a good name on that pay-per-view UFC 318, I think it is, in September. How many months away is that? 319, I think it's 320 actually in September. Natalia Silva, who? She's been on a run, man. She lost to Marina Rodriguez in 2017 though. How do I think Grasso would beat Marina Rodriguez. But that's more of a styles thing. Marina versus Natalia is more of a striking matchup. Marina versus Alexa is, yeah, Alexa can out-grapple Marina. I'm picking Alexa Grasso here over Natalia Silva. I think she's getting a little disrespected here odds-wise. And I might be a factor here. You know, I've been talking a big game for Natalia Silva the past couple months, and I might have skewed these odds, guys. I might have made Grasso the plus 170 dog here that I'm actually snatching up. So, listen. I think Grasso can get maybe not a takedown, but I think she can get the back. I think she can get a dominant position and grappling position over Natalia Silva. I mean, who's really checked into Natalia Silva's grappling? Jessica Andrade wasn't going to do that. I mean, Vivian Araujo, maybe she's not that. Compared to Alexa Grasso, though? Listen, I think Grasso is getting underrated here a little bit at plus 170. I love that. I love that line. I think she's this could be a really good fight. Like, this is going to be a really good fight. Natalia Silva is going to be probably winning on the feet. Grasso is going to be trying to implement her grappling a bit more. But I don't think you can completely write off Grasso on the feet. I don't think you can completely write off Grasso on the feet. Just because she lost to Shevchenko. Shevchenko has a way of making everyone look bad. I think Grasso is going to win this fight. And it's going to be a decision win for Alexa Grasso. And she's going to be back on that Guadalajara pay-per-view card later in the year, which supposedly is going to be Yair Rodriguez versus Volkanovski, because Yair Rodriguez was promised a title shot for some fucking stupid bullshit reason. Anyways, Grasso decision over Natalia Silva. Moving on. Co-main event, Valentina Shevchenko versus Manon Fiorot. Shevchenko, 24-4, coming off of a title victory. She got it back against Alexa Grasso. That was 300, UFC 300 or 303 at the Sphere. Manon Fiorot beat Erin Blanchfield in her last fight. Really dominant showing there, which I picked. People forget, man. Blanchfield was a favorite, and I got Manon Fiorot at underdog odds to win that decision over Erin Blanchfield. 93% takedown defense, I will say, is impressive. Like, Manon Fiorot, I have to make a point here. Manon Fiorot is really good. This is a tough fight to pick. This is a very tough fight to pick. And currently, like, I'm still going back and forth on this one. Shevchenko's minus 155 favorite. I could get underdog odds on Manon Fiorot. She's a bit taller than Shevchenko. I think I kind of said Shevchenko there. Man, I'm fucking slurring my words, man. Slurring my words at this point, man. What are we doing? Manon Fiorot has a 93% takedown defense, which is an incredible stat, and that's a real stat tested against high-level grapplers in this division. I don't see Shevchenko getting takedowns on her. This is going to be the changing of the guard, and Manon Fiorot's going to win this fight over Valentina Shevchenko, and she's going to show that she is a high-level women's MMA fighter that cannot be denied anymore. Her takedown defense is legit. Her striking is legit, and she's going to beat Valentina Shevchenko at her own fucking game and win rounds over Valentina. She's going to win rounds. She's going to outland her in some of these rounds. Shevchenko's slowing down. She got knocked down against Grasso. How many times? How many? And Manon is a better boxer than Grasso. And I get some of that was like, oh, she's fearing the grappling and the takedown and all that. She got knocked down how many times against Grasso? Let me go show ya. It was a couple times, man. They're really once. Okay, I guess they're only saying once. I'm pretty sure I remember a couple more, but she got stung a couple times. I mean, or it was she got stung and then the back taken and then submitted, and then in the other one she got knocked down very badly, which ended up making the fight a draw. I'm remembering it now. Oh man. It was because she got a knockdown. It was a very close second fight. Valentina Shevchenko might have been ahead in that second fight, and then the knockdown happened, which made it a draw. That's what happened. But you think Manon's not going to get a knockdown or be beating Valentina on the feet when Grasso's I'm not knocking Grasso, but I think Manon's a better striker. And we've seen her be a better striker than Alexa Grasso. I see Valentina slowing down a bit. Her golden age is done. And Manon Fiorot's still in her prime. Still showing out. Man. This will be a good fight. And I like the underdog of Manon Fiorot, man. I really like this girl. She impressed me a lot in her last fight against Erin Blanchfield, which a lot of people wrote her off in that fight. And coming into this one, a lot of people are writing her off too, and I just don't like it. I think Manon is a great competitor. And I think she's going to beat Valentina Shevchenko by decision and take home the UFC Women's Flyweight title. Yeah, so that's the official pick for that one. We're going Manon Fiorot and new over Valentina Shevchenko. Moving on to the main event of the evening. Belal Muhammed versus Jack Della Maddalena. Belal, remember the name. Muhammed versus Jack Della Maddalena. Oh my god. I am pumped. I am fucking pumped for this one, man. Belal 24-3. I'm spitting. Jack Della Maddalena 17-2. Belal beat Leon in his last fight. This is his first title defense. Jack Della, he knocked out Gilbert Burns in his last one. Listen, Belal Muhammed, even when Gilbert Burns had one hand for 5 whole rounds, he couldn't get a knockout over Gilbert Burns. But Jack Della Maddalena with one arm knocks out Gilbert Burns. Make it make sense, man. Belal can't knock out a one-armed Gilbert, but Jack Della with one arm knocks out Gilbert. I think you guys know where this is going. Alright, let me just say, Belal is 36, nearing 37 years old. At a certain point, when does his downfall start? You know, this guy that already has been shown to be chinny in the past. I mean, not chinny, but he's gotten hurt in the past and cracked with head kicks and rocked and at death's door. At what point does it start going the other way for this guy? Jack Della Maddalena is a fucking beast, is a nasty ass boxer, and Belal's not going to outbox him. And listen, even if you get takedowns on Jack Della Maddalena, he's outstriking you still. I hate that people are acting like he was losing to Gilbert Burns prior to the knockout. I could give a fuck what the judges thought that he was losing as well. I disagree. I think that they were completely wrong. Like, I really don't understand what they saw. Jack Della Maddalena was outstriking him nearly 3-1 in this fight. But the takedowns. Oh, the takedowns. If it's anyone else that is doing nothing with these takedowns but getting outstruck 3-1, they lose the fight. But because it's against Jack Della Maddalena, oh, it's the most Khabib-style wrestling. Oh, my God. Gilbert with the fucking grind-out style, man. Oh, Gilbert doing so much. He was doing absolutely nothing. 70-25. That's me rounding, you know? That's me rounding. Listen, guys. It might not sound as convincing as you want it to be. I don't care. There might be more reasons to pick Belal. You might be able to say, "Oh, Belal's wrestling compared to Gilbert's pretty good," but listen, he's gonna knock out Belal. It doesn't matter. He's gonna knock him out. He's gonna knock him out. He's gonna do what Leon couldn't. He's gonna do what Gilbert couldn't. He's gonna do what Sean Brady fucking couldn't do. What Vicente Luke couldn't do, man. He's gonna get it done. He's gonna get it done. I guess Vicente actually did get it done. That was the rematch. That was the second time they fought. But Jack Della, listen, man, I don't see him getting out grappled for 5 whole rounds and a decision victory for Belal. That's too fucking easy, man. That's too easy. There has to be something else. There has to be something else. Jack Della is going to find a knockout blow in the 3rd round, and he's going to knock out Belal Muhammed. And news on the card. Both champions are and new. Jack Della is knocking out Belal in the 3rd round. I'm wishing it into reality. The 37-year-old is not defending his belt. He is at 170 pounds. And listen, it is a statistic whether you like it or not. The only other person to beat this fucking statistic is Alexander Volkanovski. Belal's not beating this statistic. Any champion 170 or below, 35 or older, cannot defend a belt. It's not possible. Voila! You're 35 and above and you're champion. Toodles, you're done, buddy. Cooked. Back of the line with you, Belal, because it took you how many fucking fights to get to the belt. You lose this one by knockout. You're done. You might as well retire. Jack Della Maddalena, round 2, round 3 KO. And new. I am locking it in. Let me know what you think. That's the official picks for the card. I will be in attendance for this one, and I cannot wait. Oh, Jack Della Maddalena and new. It's going to happen. I don't care what you guys think. Jack Della's beaten Belal by knockout, doing what Leon couldn't. And I am rejoicing in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Let's go. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. That's the official picks for UFC 315. Belal Muhammed versus Jack Della Maddalena. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll be back here for more soon. Thank you for watching.